Do, 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 do. Bum, 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 bum. What's up, everyone? Welcome back. Thirsty as ever. So yeah, by now it's becoming a little bit of a tradition. Every time I either start streaming or I'm recording something, Bitcoin tends to reach new all-time highs, or at the very least starts pumping. And I'm looking right now at Ethereum, and Ethereum seems to be following. So I'll just immediately open the chart this time. And let's just get into that. Sorry. So Ethereum seems to be stuck at its basic resistance level, but I mean it's been on a run. I'm thinking it'll definitely break it, and like it might find some resistance along the way, like maybe at 3,000 or something like that. But I don't know. Like the next solid resistance would be at 3,300. I'm being congratulated on the future pump while streaming, but yeah, it's becoming a bit of an inside joke. But yeah, like right before this I was filming something and Bitcoin reached its new all-time high, 112.6. Yeah, absolutely mental. Like, and there's not a huge amount. There are some longs, but there's not huge amounts of longs waiting to be liquidated, or shorts for that matter. So I'm definitely thinking it has staying power. Like we can see it on the Bitcoin chart. Like I made this prediction way back. So I made this prediction roughly when the prices were here. So yeah, we bounced back, well, a little above that level, but basically we double bounced that. But right now you can see we broke through here. We broke the old all-time high right now. And the best part about it is, like the fear and greed index, we're not even, let's refresh it real quick. It'll probably go up a little bit. No, actually not. It's not. It's technically it's still in neutral. Like yeah, it's edging on the greed side, but they're still in neutral. So I wouldn't say Bitcoin is overbought yet. I'm thinking it's a very natural growth we're looking at. And yeah, usually I'd say like take profits when everybody is in greed, and we're not there yet. So I've not taken any profits on the pump from yesterday and today, and I don't intend to. I intend to stick this one out because, like, even some of the meme coins like Pengu, it's been out quite a while. It's up 30%. I actually hold a little bit of the. Usually, I'm not big on memes, but I bought a little bit because I've watched those videos quite a bit. But Sui back up 12%. I mean, let's grab the bubbles. I mean, they haven't looked this good in a while, I'd say. I mean, the bubbles have not been looking this tasty for a while. And basically, even on the weekly, it's not bad. And Meme Core apparently did really well. But like even ADA, AVAX, Sui, SPX did really well. I don't have that one, but SPX did really well. Overall, I think an alt season is definitely in the cards right now. Like especially because Ethereum is getting quite. I mean, on a weekly 9%. I think Ethereum is getting quite a bit of love right now, and especially because we've seen like BlackRock invest a lot of money into Bitcoin, but they're also putting Ethereum on the scales, as well as other big companies and big funds. And like even Donald Trump's ETF has Ethereum, it has Solana, it has XRP. Big institutions or companies like that, they wouldn't be buying it if they didn't think it would increase in value over time. So it's a no-brainer to hold that, to me at least. So I hold all of those. Only not XRP, well, a little bit of XRP. It's a smaller one for me because I sold it in the past to buy more SUI, which was not a bad move on my part. I still would have wanted to have more XRP, but that's the problem. I want to have more of everything, more of all crypto, basically, or at least all the ones I hold. But yeah, I think we're on the precipice of something. Like, if we break this, I think Ethereum has a lot of volume left in it. Like, and we're seeing it. We saw it already here. Like, there's a lot of buying power. I mean, it's similar to basically when Bitcoin came back to life. Like, it's similar to this, like this trajectory. Massive buying candles pushing the price to not new all-time highs for Ethereum at least, but at least back to higher price levels. What is the total market cap right now? 3.5. So we're not there yet. We still need more new money to flow in, but I mean, it's higher. At least it's not back at 2. We've been doing fairly a bit of growing for a while now. And I will admit to one downside of dual investment. Like, I'm not sure if you the people that are watching right now have seen me do this, but I've been talking about it in the Discord for quite a bit. Basically, this is only available on BitUnix as far as I know, or at least it's the only exchange I can do this on. Because I'm in Europe, a lot of exchanges I'm not allowed to trade on. And BitUnix I can, and I think it has great risk management, etc. I think it's one of my favorite exchanges, but they're the only one that offer this. It's called dual investment, a buy low, sell high strategy. If you watched any of my videos on my YouTube channel, I've done a few videos on it. But basically, it's options trading. So let's say you want to buy low Ethereum. And right now it has a super high APR, 2,800, very likely to hit. So I have no USDT right now because it's all already in there on this exchange. But basically, you buy $100 and you get 0.5% in premium if it goes through, but also if it doesn't. So either way, you get that 0.5%. And yeah, you might end up buying a little too expensive or selling a little bit too cheap. But if you just reverse it the next day, you trade yourself out of the loss, basically, because you sell it straight. I'm just rinse and repeating it. I'm buying and selling, buying and selling, buying and selling. And the power is in that compounding effect of the 0.5%. So you're not trading for a monetary value, you're trading for an amount of crypto, be it USDT, be it Ethereum, or be it BTC. And I've now been doing this for a few days. I did it for more days, but with a smaller amount, so it doesn't really make sense. But let's say for the last few days, this has been my earning. And let's say I did it for 5 days, roughly. The one I have open currently will pay out double this, so tomorrow it'll be something around $20, and this will be up to $70. But the fact that you can keep rinse and repeating this, you can keep stacking that 0.5%, and I put back everything back in, you can compound the crap out of it. The only downside right now is, though, that I had less liquid Ethereum. So the Ethereum price going up, it's currently stuck in USDT, so I don't make any extra money on that. But yeah, you never know when Ethereum or Bitcoin or anything else is going to pump. So you have to take that. Loss on this little bit. But I also have my long-term DCA portfolio, and of course I had Ethereum in that, so it's not all bad. So yeah, that's a little bit of a downside. You can miss out on pumps, but we've had a basic bear market on altcoins for almost 3 years now. So throughout that time, you could have traded yourself out of this. Only this product didn't exist yet. So this is relatively new. It is on BitUnix. I have a link in the description if you want to use it. If not, also completely fine. But I think it's a lot of people are actively day trading, swing trading, taking huge risks just to try to make that 0.5% or that 1% on their trading account. And a lot of people, like eventually people are going to start taking bad trades and they're going to wipe accounts. I've wiped accounts in the past. It happens, and no trader is perfect. Eventually it happens, and this doesn't do that. Yeah, you can lose out on you can lose out here and there, but you never lose your initial. You always get your initial back. And you get paid a nice premium on top of that. So I think it's a lot less risky, and it takes 2 minutes. So you're only on the, basically not even on the charts if you want to. You're basically just opening your app, you're restaking. Let's call it staking. Basically, you're restaking this dual investment subscription, and some run for 14 hours, some run for a day and 14 hours, some run for 21 hours. The amount of time varies, and if it takes longer than a day, you can redeem it early, but you forfeit most of your premium. That's the word I was looking for. You forfeit most of your premium. So yeah, I didn't really come into contact with that yet because most of my trades are 14 hours, so it's less. So you just have to wait out that 14-hour period, and then it takes, I think, around 1 more hour to do the settlement, and you get your money back, plus that amount and that amount. And as you can see, I am shifting a little bit more USDT into this every day. So you can see the amount doesn't really, it's not exactly 0.5% of this amount, because it's the amount itself is increasing. All right, back to the charts. Ethereum is doing well, man. It is very, very close. Let's draw a little support level right there. Yeah, I mean, we're definitely in an uptrend. But let's add some trend lines to that. Need to fine-tune that a little bit. I mean, it's a weak trend, but I mean, it's still a trend. And the best part, like even the Bollinger Bands, they're not very stretched. It's very compacted. So if we continue this break upwards, I don't know, I see 3K Ethereum. I see it happening. Especially if you've joined later. Especially since considering every time I shoot a video, every time I stream, and I don't stream often, but every time I do, there's a big hike in the prices. We're seeing movement. So yeah, I'm sticking with it. 3K Ethereum. I say it's happening. It's not perfect, but yeah, we need to be breaking this level. I see it happening. I'm calling it. And like even like this is happening while honestly, there's not a lot of news on Bitcoin. Like one big piece of news is the U.S. Treasury removes crypto broker reporting rules. So less regulation for crypto exchanges, which doesn't really. I mean, it won't affect us directly, or at least not me, especially because I'm not even in the U.S. But I think even for U.S. citizens directly, it doesn't really affect them hugely. But it is another, let's call it another pebble they took off the road to mass adoption. So this is once again making it easier for crypto to basically the USA becoming the crypto capital of the world, which I am not against. Like, go ahead, do it, because I think the American markets are still, even though they may be suffering a little bit, I think the American markets are still so influential. They're huge. Honestly, I'm not exactly sure how big American markets generally are compared to like the London Stock Exchange or basically Japan or China, but I mean, it's for sure it's known that U.S. stock markets are, I think, basically the market movers of the world. Everybody I know trades on the American stock markets, and but while crypto used to be more aligned with the American stock markets, you're seeing Bitcoin shift a little bit from that narrative. Obviously, like big parties like BlackRock and Bloomberg, JP Morgan, etc., they are going to be very, very influential in crypto in the future, which is kind of opposite to what Bitcoin was meant to do. But we need big companies like that in crypto, and yeah, loosening regulations is only going to make that more easy. So more likely to flow more money into crypto, which is always good for us. So I can't wait for this to start shifting even to the middle. Like we're still in a very Bitcoin period, but I mean, this can, like overnight, this could shift to the other side. And I think there's so much good news. Like even, crap, I clicked the wrong one. But even if you go to like my Twitter profile, like Alex Becker, for the last 3 years, you've known two things: Ethereum will eventually run back to all-time highs. Alts would go with it and net crazy returns. This is exactly what I've been saying. Like, even like, forget today. Think about the next 10 years. All the big companies are buying Ethereum, also Bitcoin, of course, but they're also buying Ethereum. They're buying Solana. They're buying XRP, possibly Caspa, other projects like that. Big companies are moving into these projects, and they wouldn't be if there was a chance or a big chance that they will lose their funds. Everybody is moving to massive adoption. There's a shortage of Bitcoin, or at least open market Bitcoin, on the horizon. A massive supply shortage. So that will cause a huge run on Bitcoin, and the next best thing in my eyes is Ethereum. So for sure we will see Ethereum moving up. Also, if you don't know, I made a Twitter page where I try to share news as it comes. I try to, everything I find interesting or worthwhile of a share, of a retweet, etc. Feel free if you want to join, if you want to follow that or not. At Investing Frankly, only without the A. So at Investing Frankly. Feel free to join that. And I'm not the only one positive about alt season as well. I mean, I think pretty much all signs are pointing towards a bullish July, and we are supposed to get that rate cut in America. Even if American markets do get a big ass rate cut, I mean, that's only going to fan the flames even more. We're going to see even bigger all-time highs, is what I would say. I mean, look at Bitcoin. It's absolutely flying. And ironically, it's followed the exact line that I drew like a few months in May is when I drew it roughly. So I was basically correct on both ones, but yeah, I bought Bitcoin here and I bought it here on my long-term DCA portfolio at least. Um, yeah, insane. Look at that candles. And considering like we spent almost 2 years like below 50. And we are like, I still think we're early. Like we're way, way early. A $2 trillion market cap is tiny, tiny compared to all the financial assets in the world. Like Nvidia alone is 4.8 out of the top of my head. So that's just Nvidia. Imagine if all the stock, all the ETFs, all funds, all big investment companies, let's say all of them start adopting a 10% crypto balance sheet. There's so much money would flow into crypto. Like we could see a 10x on the total market cap of crypto. So all these numbers could in theory could 10x even Bitcoin. So when people are saying like $1 million of Bitcoin, oh, it'll never happen, it can. Theoretically, it really, really can. Yes, it'll be worth $20 trillion. So it's not going to be a straight shot. It's not going to happen overnight. But like the math works. The math proves that it's possible. It's only the companies that are buying it need to be buying on the market instead of open markets. They need to be buying on consumer markets, which is not happening yet because there's still enough supply of Bitcoin to go around. There's still private sellers, but eventually that is going to run dry, or at least the supply will become so low that companies will start buying on open markets because they have no other choice. And even then it'll be smaller amounts, but the price will shoot up because it's basic supply and demand. It's gonna go, the supply is going down and down every day. Like there's still people today who lose their coins, lose their wallet access. And don't forget that, like Michael Saylor, if he dies tomorrow, his entire supply will be burned. It's something he wrote in his will, that all his Bitcoin is to be burned. And it'll be his contribution to the Bitcoin way of life, really. By the way, if anyone has a question, wants to ask me something, or wants to talk about something, wants to talk about a certain crypto, feel free to ask. Like I'm reading the comments, or I can read the comments. So feel free to ask me anything. It's just I'm thinking it's going to be a very good weekend like this. Obviously, it's Thursday and not Friday. I usually do these on Fridays, but yeah, summer is beginning and I have a lot of stuff on the agenda. So sadly, no Friday tomorrow, next week as well, because I'll be visiting Düsseldorf. Düsseldorf, I think it's called in English. But yeah, I'll be visiting Düsseldorf next weekend because they have a huge ass festival called Rheinkirmes. But yeah, feel free to ask me anything next week on Thursday as well. I'll be online in the voice chat on Wednesday as well. I will keep reporting on the dual investment function because I still think that even during these volatile times, it makes sense to do this. Like I'm doing this with like spare cash I had. So it seems like a big amount, but it's not that huge. But yeah, I had spare cash USDT. So I'm just testing this out for now, but I'm positive on this. It takes 1 minute. You leave yourself with so much time. And if you just keep stacking that percentage and buying and selling straight away, it doesn't matter if you have to sell it at a lower price or at a higher price, because you have to buy it back for the same price as well, or relatively. So let's look at Pengu for a little bit. That's weird. There we go. Pengu, $1.2 billion market cap. No way. Pengu is joining an ETF. A meme coin is joining an ETF. That's why, I suppose that's why it's been so popular lately. But this is one of the last meme coins I basically bought like last year. It did really well, but I didn't sell and it tanked completely and I just left it. Recently, like somewhere around this area, I bought a little bit more, thinking like if it has staying power like that, it might do something. BNB thoughts. I like that question. Let's look at BNB. So the downside for me is I can't use Binance anymore because of European regulations. So because I don't use Binance, I use BNB a lot less. Also, Solana stole basically all the attention off of the Binance Smart Chain. Like when I came on, we had a shitcoin run on Binance Smart Chain, BSC, and you swapped all your tokens on PancakeSwap basically. So back then I was very heavy into BNB and Cake, which is the PancakeSwap token, and I made a killing on Cake. I made a lot of money on it, and by staking it back then, the staking rewards and yield farming was absolutely insane. So yeah, I managed to make a lot of money on that and on BNB. Sadly, I missed the initial run up on BNB, but I did do really well on it. But I think it's been overshadowed a little bit. Like, where is BNB right now? It's still on number 5, but I don't know. It never, like, almost no one mentions BNB anymore because like the meme volume is either on Ethereum or Solana, but Solana has been falling back lately, and XRP has been stealing the show right now. It's very hype driven, but I think BNB and Binance is a solid product, solid exchange. It just sucks I can't use it anymore. But considering like Binance is smart, like I don't expect them to sit on their asses and do nothing. Obviously, they will keep making it attractive to own the token. Let's grab the daily on that. So it's still very volatile, but in general, it's basically stuck in a range. Like, let's clone that one. So yeah, it's more of a trend line, but I mean, you get the point. Like, it's been going sideways for a long time. And yeah, it's breaking out, breaking up, breaking down, but it's basically sideways movement for a year. So what I think BNB or Binance needs to come out with a product, or basically like BitUnix has with the dual investment. You need something, you need an edge, you need to draw in crowds, you need to draw in an investor who thinks he's going to make money on it. And apart from being like the network token, so you need it for gas fees, etc., there are still, of course, some projects or crypto on the Binance Smart Chain. Yeah, I think it's just it needs a boost. It needs something to make you want to own it. Always think back to a quote of Warren Buffett's, like, buy what you own. So he basically drank Coca-Cola. He liked Coca-Cola, so he bought Coca-Cola. And the company is still around today and one of the biggest companies in the world. So for Binance, I want to buy it, I want to own it, but I don't see the incentive right now. Yeah, I own a little bit and I use the network every now and then for small amounts, but like there's no push right now to go buy 10K worth of BNB and stake it. There's no push right now for a dozen meme coins to go on their network, because right now Solana, Base, and possibly like AVAX, all those Sui, all those networks are cheaper. They're cheaper to run, they're faster, they're quicker, they're easier. So yeah, either we get Binance Smart Chain Part 2 or an update or something along those lines. I mean, I'm not saying it's a bad project or a bad crypto, and because I think it's one of the most legit ones out there, but I think, like I said, there's no volume pushing it right now. And I'm without looking, like you can see, look at the volume on BNB 1.8, look at the volume on Ethereum, even look at the volume on Solana, which is it's triple, almost quadruple the volume. And I think that's the downside on it. That's the point. Yeah, that's the downside to BNB right now. Like if we click it, like what is there any local news story I missed? Because this, I mean, it seems very impressive, of course. Yeah, it's growing, but after weeks of sideways action, like I said, it's almost a year of sideways action, really, with a small price hike in between. But like NFTs, I think NFTs are played out. I think NFTs was another hype which people thought would become life-changing, but it didn't. Not everything is going to be like that. So yeah, I don't know. I've never been really bullish on NFTs. A lot of people made a lot of money on it, but a lot of people got ripped off. Same as meme coins, I suppose. So the burn already happened, which is probably the reason for that big price hike. If I can ask, like, why are you holding BNB? Like, what is the reason you have BNB? Did you still have it, or did you recently buy it, or did you buy it because it was part of Binance? Like I said, I mean, it could move. And like it most likely it'll follow all the altcoins because I think big players are just copying him. Been safe, potential IPO. All right, gotcha. So yeah, technically it is safer. It's been less volatile. It's been volatile, but in a smaller range. So yeah, I get that. Maybe some good staking rewards. I have no clue what Binance is offering on staking on it right now. But as I said, I like Binance. I like Cake. I like PancakeSwap still. I still use it when I'm using the BNB network because it's dirt cheap. It's very cheap, much cheaper than swapping directly in Trust Wallet. By the way, PancakeSwap itself is on multiple networks nowadays. So I try to use it as much as I can. Yeah. Like I said, it needs an incentive. It needs an edge. Just like anything in crypto does, really. You need to get a price hike. But I don't know. Maybe with the coming of stocks, digitized stocks, I'm expecting a lot of it out of it. But I think the technology is not there yet. Because right now, if you buy a digitized stock, you pay out of your ass compared to just buying it on a broker. I mean, it could be. And I know PancakeSwap still offers quite good staking rewards. I mean, we can type it in really quick. What I like about it is that they've developed their product. They were around, like the SafeMoon days is when they were around. But they have a position manager for farming I'm sorry, but my computer is so slow. It's been pushing me to do a reboot or something. Yeah. So basically, you can automate your yield farming. I mean, I like stuff like this. I did a lot of it back in the day, but it was a very big hassle. But right now, like I can't say if there's anything in there that I would do. But you can stake their native token, and you can just get paid. Like their native token is relatively stable compared to the others, but you can earn like these meme coins or volatile coins. So you can get those coins without being exposed to the risk level paired with them. So that's what I kind of like about that. But yeah, you can do regular staking. They have a bridge between networks. They have like a prediction game, a lottery game. And they have decentralized leverage trading. So you do not have to do KYC or whatever. So you could use this if you want. But I have an old wallet connected. Apparently, I still have some BNB on this. But whatever, I lost my train of thought. But yeah, I still use this because their fees are the lowest. They're much lower than just trading directly in your MetaMask or your Trust wallet. And that's why I still use it. But I occasionally check this out, like bridging. So they have, like, why is it not? My antivirus is, that's, my antivirus is blocking it. Which is not encouraging, I know, but I've used it and I'm positive my antivirus is wrong on that. But yeah, they feature a lot of networks. I think it's a good project. And PancakeSwap is owned by Binance, so it could be very productive. That's what I want. See, currently they support a lot of networks, which I like. Back when I started, they only had the BNB chain. But yeah, they support a lot of them nowadays. So yeah, as I said, not a bad BNB, not bad, not great, not terrible, is what I would say. All right, yeah, I'm gonna close out the stream. I have to be somewhere else in like 10 minutes. So yeah, thanks for watching, everyone. And yeah, I'll see you all next week, next Wednesday. Possibly sooner, who knows? Maybe we get a massive push up on Bitcoin, and tomorrow it'll be 150k. Don't know, but if it happens, I'll definitely film something, and maybe me filming will push it to that price again. All right, I'm gonna close out the stream. Thank you all for watching, and yeah, I'll see you next week.